Hey, it's Bob Filka here for the Friday Finish, the week of June 26th. Kind of that crazy busy week before everybody takes off for the 4th of July weekend. The legislature has a bunch of bills that are moving that Don Crandall on our team is going to talk about. But I also wanted to let you know we issued a press release this week updating our forecast for new home construction in the state. Year to date, our permit numbers are down. They're 21% down this time over last year. That compares to about 12.7% nationally. So we're well below the national average in terms of the reduction in building activity in our state. So why is that happening, and why have we slowed down more than the national average? It's more than interest rates. We've got issues on developments. We've got utility connection issues. A number of developments are still waiting to have power extended out to their new developments. We've got local regulatory red tape, as you know. Some of the processes and stuff for getting new developments approved take a long time. We actually have some funding requests in the state legislature that would provide dollars to local governments who are willing to redo their master plan and make their plans more housing friendly. You're going to hear Don talk about that and some financing bills that will help you make the math work on workforce housing in the state. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Don Crandall, our EVP of Government Relations. Don?
Thanks, Bob. It was a busy week again in the legislature. They passed the budgets out and they are gone for the summer. So let's do a quick recap of what they did get done that impacts you and your ability to do business in the state. Senate Bills 129, 130, 131, and 132. You've heard me speak of them often. The tax increment financing bills. They are now on the way to the governor's desk, and they have immediate effect, which means as soon as she signs those tools will be available for you to use as you're doing some brownfield redevelopment financing. Senate Bill 14, which we have opposed since day one, would allow the state to have stricter guidelines than federal. That bill is also on its way to the governor's desk for signage. We have opposed that from the beginning. It will become law. Senate Bill 302 and 303, you've heard me speak about on the PACE program. We opposed that through the process. They are also on their way to the governor's desk. And basically the only reason we oppose those is it would require those in the PACE program with new construction to build stricter than the Michigan Uniformed Energy Code. As I mentioned, budgets were passed this week. They are also on their way to the governor's desk. They received immediate effect, which means funding will be available on October 1st when the state goes into its 2024 budget. There was a line item in there that we have been advocating for in the amount of $5 million. It's in Leo's budget, and it will provide grants to cities, villages, and townships to cover the costs associated with master plan updates, zoning changes, and other actions that encouraged increased housing supply and affordability. And the cap that a municipality could ask for would be $50,000. We believe this is going to be transformational change, and about 200 communities would be able to take part in this based on the numbers that we have run, and hope that it will provide more housing in the state. As I mentioned, the legislature is on break for the summer. However, we will still be busy with legislative work groups. Representative Fitzgerald is going to be bringing those supporting and opposing Chapter 22 rewrite of the drain code together. We'll also be working on septic code. We'll also be working on independent contractor legislation. We will also be working on zoning reform. So stay tuned for all of those updates as the summer continues and we continue to lobby and advocate on your behalf.
And that's a wrap for the Friday Finish. Have a great 4th of July weekend, everybody. Be safe, and we'll see you next week.